NewGenGamers.com.
So you step into each square and each screen, and it's really cleverly designed. There's a lot of puzzles, hidden items, and we go back to Shigeru Miyamoto's messing with the boundaries of reality. So here there's a lot more hidden items. There's things you have to randomly bomb to try and find items. You saw the stopwatch there that will literally freeze your enemies in time, allowing you to attack them and beat them. Just a lot of crazy things, and
a lot of creative thinking in this game.
A lot of creative thinking, a lot of creative puzzle solving. The dungeons aren't just a matter of killing the big boss. You've got to figure out how to get to the big boss, exhaust your mind that way. When you play this game originally, it is a grueling experience to get through those dungeons, and you're tired by the time you get down to that boss. It's 5 a.m. You've got 5 maps drawn out, laid out on the floor, trying to figure out where the hell that secret doorway is.
Thank God you have a save file.
And yes, and you finally get to the bottom of the dungeon, and you get that Triforce, and it's a very
rewarding
experience. It's a very rewarding game, very challenging but rewarding, and very well designed.
Anyone that ever beat this back in the day without the guide, props up to you, man.
Yeah, it took a lot of ingenuity and just trying everything.
And as you can see, we are refilling our life here. So now we can really kick ass. Now we have the sword we can fire. And
definitely an awesome weapon.
And as I can see, this is a later one, so he has the magical sword.
This was a take on the RPG genre. Shigeru Miyamoto wanted to make a game that was an epic adventure, but not an RPG. So he took some of the elements and made this. Instead of turn-based battling, it's real-time. You have the heart system rather than a traditional experience point system.
And something else interesting about this game was when he decided to create it, he thought of exploring caves as a young kid. Like, he would explore caves in his youth, and he put that experience into this game.
Yeah, it's the wonderment and fun of exploring as a child, and that's what he tried to capture with this, that you never know what's going to be around the next corner because you're making up in your mind what might be around the next corner, and this guy just thinks that way.
Yeah, I was assuming this dungeon was done, but
this is the level 2 dungeon. Does he not have this beat?
He doesn't have the map.
Well? Alright,
okay.
We're going to beat level 2.
Interesting.
Even though the character's most of the way through the game, level 2 is a hard one to find, though. Maybe he just missed it.
Possibly.
It's in an out-of-the-way place, and
I have skipped to level 3 before and beaten it.
Yeah, you don't have to...
at least gotten to where he is.
And yet another interesting aspect of this game, it's very open-ended.
You don't have to do them in order.
You don't have to do them in order. There's different paths you can take, and different ways you can explore the world. No player will play through the game exactly the same. And that was something also different, and also radically different from a lot of the RPGs, where they may have, quests here or there that you go back through different areas, but you literally have to cross the world map on this time and again back and forth to get everything you need.
And this dungeon is going to be ridiculously easy with this.
Yeah, we're going to tear through this because the character by this point is
at Ganon beating status.
Yeah, he's fully maxed out with his life. How is that? That's...
I guess maybe, you can... I think you get the stepladder and... Isn't it?
I bet he Game Genied this.
That's a possibility.
Because how could we not... He can't get another heart. If you beat this, you can't get another heart container.
Oh, that's weird. And there's a Triforce there.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't Game Genie it, so...
Yeah, while we're
Fun
at
time to mention the Game Genie!
No, this is a great time to mention shop.newgengamers.com, because this game is currently for sale, and we have multiple copies of this game currently. And so this is a copy that we have for sale, and we just popped in here, and apparently he used the Game Genie to get everything and then beat the game at his own pace.
I guess. Well,
which would also explain why our key is at A.
Yeah, that would be true as well. There's the heart container we
Not
can't
that
use.
we need it.
And we'll go collect that piece of the Triforce that he left behind.
So we're just going to say that cheaters never win and losers use drugs. And so this is not a properly played game of Legend of Zelda.
No, this is cheating.
So
I don't feel right.
We feel very dirty now. This isn't natural. We've cheated at one of the best games of all time, and you really can't enjoy it at that level.
Actually, no, I haven't cheated at it. I just opened up a file that somebody else had cheated on.
Oh, well, you're enabling the cheat. I say we close it out with this and come back to more Zelda action with Zelda 2.
That sounds like a great idea.
Which I don't think is Game Genied, and we have an extensive look at this on our video areas already. We did a Ray's Retro review of it, so if you want to see more specifically on this game, check it out.
Where we beat the first dungeon without the Game Genie.
Yes, we naturally beat the game without all the power-ups.
So
there's a ridiculously powered-up version of The Legend of Zelda. Okay, so we're back. Now, we discussed the Game Genie. The Game Genie was a peripheral created by Codemasters, who was a British developer. And they didn't want to license games from Nintendo for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. So they released their own unlicensed cartridges and made their own techniques to override the lockout chip that was built into the Nintendo Entertainment System. The NES had a lockout chip that would have to communicate with the cartridges. So the cartridges would have to get a signal from the system, and then it would give a code from a chip built onto the cartridge that would then allow the game to boot up. Companies like Codemasters and some other ones basically shocked the chip and fooled it into thinking that the game was okay and let it run.
Which is not good for your system, by the way.
Not good for your system, and so they did this with the Game Genie and some other of their unlicensed games, such as Micro Machines and some other not so well-known and not very good games. But Codemasters has been prolific and been around for a lot of years. So they released the Game Genie peripheral, again unlicensed by Nintendo. And what it did was it would hack the game code and basically cheat. It would give you unlimited lives, it would let you jump extra high, all sorts of different things that it would take the existing parameters that were in the NES game and basically change the modifiers and allow you to completely power up your character.
Good night, Mom. Now it feels so to Toys R Us store. Every toy I ever dreamed of plus 18,000 more.
If your child is dreaming about Nintendo, the control deck with bonus game pack is only $79.97 at Toys R Us. Sapper light guns just $19.99. Game cartridges from $29.99 each at Toys R Us.
I dreamt I won the Super Bowl. I had a better dream.
Toys R Us. You'll never outgrow.
NewGenGamers.com